Hi everyone, this video is called Wrapping Up Module 2. So I went in here into your question post and I read a bunch of things, and a lot of them were very interesting, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. A lot of you talked about collaborating, which was fantastic. Some of you talked about that when you collaborate and mixing different theories together and working with different professionals, that overall helps the patient, and I thought that was very good. Some of you talked about the trust that you want to create with patients, and completely agree with that. Ensuring that there is caring and that your patient knows that what you're doing is backed up by evidence, and that would, allow them to trust you and to have this caring. So I found all of that interesting. I did not create a Wordle because there's just there's 65 of you, and sometimes it's just easier for me to read it over and then just make notes and make comments to you. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about in Module 2 is your developing question sheet and your concept block. So a lot of you actually posted to the discussion, and you didn't put it, you didn't upload a Word document. So what I did is I went through and copied and pasted and put it in a Word document. And then you will see that when you receive the Word document, I put on there, please, next time, upload your Word document for the different areas. Now, the reason for this is because as we move into our 6 areas, and then as you create the annotation, it's going to be a lot easier for you to go into that Word document and copy and paste things as you, put all of that together. So it's a lot easier to do it that way. I am going to email you all throughout the day. Like I said, there's 65 of you, so it takes me some time. But I'm going to email all of you your Word documents throughout today. The majority of you have to make revisions, and you're going to see where I stated things like, you need to make it an answerable question. And what that means is really, I just want us to start off simple and easy. If we make too many words or too complicated, sometimes you're going to miss all of the things that are available in the library databases. And so I gave you suggestions for that. You can either keep my suggestions or you can change it. It kind of depends on you, but you will have to resubmit that, and I'll show that to you in Module 3. The other thing that I wanted to stress is that in the concept block, your words that you have in the concept block are the key words that are in your question, okay? And so not everybody has 3 columns for the concept block. Some only have 2 columns, and then there's others who will have 4 columns or 5 columns. As we do our research, and as you move closer and closer to the annotation, and you start doing more research and becoming expert researchers, you're going to see where you need to actually tweak a question so that it a little bit more aligns with the evidence that you're finding. Because the reality is there is a good amount of evidence out there, but some of your questions that you guys had, they were fantastic questions, but they were too specific. And so my fear was that when you go into the databases, if you start being too specific, you're not going to see everything that's available on there. And as we move through and as you watch the videos, I show you how you can start limiting things, where you can find additional words to put into your concept block, and so on and so forth. So again, I cannot stress this enough. This is a process. We are starting at the beginning, and we're working our way through. Everything builds on everything. So you have your developing question, you're creating your question, and then you're taking the main words from that, and then you're putting those words into the concept block, and then you're coming up with synonyms or other terms that describe those words. Now, the biggest reason that we have the concept block is because the way that you describe something, the way I describe something, the way that an editor might describe it, we don't use the same language. And so it actually is up to the expert researcher to come up and think about those different terms and how things would be indexed in the database. So back in the day, we had a book, and you could all go in the back of the book and you would see the index. But that doesn't happen on the internet, right? There isn't an index for all of these different databases. So we have to go in and we have to use different words in order to find and get the plethora of information that we're looking for. All right. So I'm going to go right to Module 3 and excuse me, here you have excuse me, another reading. I believe this is our last reading that we have, or our last post that we have for the class. And then here you're going to see where I'm asking you for the revised, updated, developing question sheet and the concept block. And again, I'm going to email you those Word documents, and you just go ahead and you can make revisions on that document and then upload that document here. And you know, I would suggest that you save it as, you know, your last name _ conservative. And then next, or this week, you're going to start working on your allopathic. And so you can do the same thing, you know, last name _ allopathic developing, or, you know, or last name _ allopathic concept block. Again, because this is going to make it a lot easier for you when you get to your annotation. The biggest part of research is staying organized, and that can be difficult. So I'm trying to make it a little easier for you. But again, once you get that email, go ahead, read my comments. If you have any questions about them, please, you know, reach out to me, and then you upload those revisions on here. One of the new things that you're going to have to do this week is your Boolean phrase searching. And in one of the videos, I talk about how to do that. And the Boolean phrase searching is really the opportunity that you have to take the words from your concept block and you're putting them together using Boolean logic, the and, the or the not. And using phrase searching. So some of you, like your musculoskeletal topic is rheumatoid arthritis. So that would be in quotes, right? Because that is more than one word. So when we use quotes, when we want to search for a phrase, and again, a phrase is more than one word. So do not put quotes around just chiropractic. Do not put quotes just around treatment. We use quotes when we are searching for a phrase. Okay, and again, I go over that a lot more in one of the other videos that you watch. So for this week, you're going to be uploading your Boolean phrase searching. Again, make sure it's a Word document. And then we're going to be working on our allopathic care. Now remember, when I say, and you're going to see a lot, some of these comments, conservative care it could be chiropractic, it could be nutrition, it could be PT. So some of you were putting that in there. Others of you weren't saying, you know, what area you were looking at. Make sure, again, that you read those comments and you name the area. For the allopathic care, remember, some of you already said, like, I know that my topic, one of the ways to manage it is, you know, through surgery, and that's one of the ways to treat it, and so on and so forth. So allopathic care, it can be prescriptions, it could be surgery, anything that is anything that is more invasive than what you would do for conservative care. So again, you have the developing question sheet, you have the concept block, and you have the Boolean phrase searching. As hopefully you're learning, you know, we're going to be using these worksheets throughout, and they're going to build on each other. And again, it's a step-by-step process. One of the other things I wanted to share with you is that, what do I have here? Oh, is that if you have any problems with anything, with uploading or with anything that I wrote in the comments, please contact me. We can Zoom, we can email, whatever's easiest for you. And that's really all I have for today. Make sure you read my emails. Make sure you watch these videos in the order that I provide. Again, because everything is step-by-step process, they all build on each other. So that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you have questions. If not, have a good day, and you all stay safe and healthy. All right, thank you.